Hello there. Despite a delayed start to the monsoon, it looks as though we are seeing it intensify now. And in fact, there has been some heavy rain with red and amber warnings across parts of West Bengal and Assam. You can see that on the satellite picture, fairly extensive cloud here. So it looks as though that rain will continue through the course of Thursday, but then ease a touch into Friday. But the brighter yellows and greens denoting the intensity of that rainfall. And at the same time, we've got some wetter weather along that west coast that's just moving a little bit further north, just flirting with southern fringes of Gujarat. I'll come back to that in just a moment. Let's move north again though into Central Asia, where things are a little bit quieter. It's largely fine and sunny, not as warm either. As you can see in Kazakhstan, we're looking at around 20 degrees. A few scattered showers close towards Afghanistan and Pakistan, but the heavy rain, Gujarat, Rajasthan, generally down along that west coast and just pushing that little bit further east as well towards Orissa. And again, the brighter, vibrant colours, the intensity of that rain increases. So there will be a brief respite up into Bangladesh and parts of northeast India, but it will stay pretty unsettled for the next few days too. Mumbai keeps those showers going, but Islamabad keeps the blue sky and sunshine with 41 degrees. Elsewhere, that sunshine is going to continue to see the heat build in Tashkent. Hello there. Even though much of North America is relatively quiet at the moment, there are still some states which could see some severe weather. And if you look at the satellite picture, it doesn't look like much at all, but there's some pretty lumpy looking cloud across the plains to the south of the Great Lakes, and that could spark off some really torrential thundery downpours just to the south of Lake Michigan and also moving over towards parts of Pennsylvania as well. So we'll need to keep an eye on that. At the same time, we've got light southerly winds dragging in some warmth across that east coast, low 30s here. We've got some showers across the northwest coast that's producing some intense showers here too through British Columbia, parts of Oregon. It's a pretty disappointing story. But then into California, it's not looking too bad, but the breeze is coming in off the sea, so the temperatures are not particularly high. We're looking at low 20s at the very best over the next couple of days, perhaps improving into the start of the weekend. But it's a dry story for many, even though showers easing in Seattle. Let's move to that east coast though, where it's talking about the warmth. Now, the warmth will continue to be a feature down through New York, Washington, as far south as Atlanta, Georgia. There are those sharp showers possibly moving into Tennessee as well. Down through Florida, it's a largely dry story over the next few days, and we will see those temperatures continuing to build. So we're looking potentially at the high 80s, that's the low 30s in terms of Fahrenheit. Hello there. We saw some record-breaking June heat for Germany, for Poland and for the Czech Republic on Wednesday, all due to this heat that's flooding its way up across from the Sahara. However, there'll be some subtle differences over the next few days. It's a little bit tricky, but a change of wind direction into Friday will bring slightly less hot weather across Eastern Europe, whereas the heat will continue to build into France. And it does look as though there will be a good slice of dry, sunny weather through the Mediterranean through the next few days. So mid-30s across Greece, mid-30s into Italy. We could see temperatures in excess of 40 degrees quite widely across northern parts of Spain and maybe into western France. But just that little bit fresher, perhaps, to the north into Germany and into Poland as well. However, as the high pressure continues to track its way steadily eastwards into the weekend, we'll start to see a return to that southerly wind, so the heat could return as well. So however you look at it, it is going to stay pretty hot for this time of year, particularly across much of Central Europe. So the city forecasts show a good slice of fine sunny weather, something just a little more comfortable through the middle part of next week. We're going to see that rain in parts of Russia easing away to just a scattering of showers Tuesday, Wednesday. Hello there. It's all about the heat in the Middle East at the moment. I'll come on to that in just a few minutes. Let's start off though with a satellite picture in Africa, where seasonal rains across the equatorial region have been fairly light. There are indications they're starting to pep up, and into next week across eastern parts of Central Africa we could see some very heavy rain. But the sharpest of the showers close to the Gulf of Guinea, and at the same time we've got a weather front down through South Africa which is just brushing towards Cape Town and will produce some showers on and off over the next few days. Further north of that we've got heat that's going to remain the feature, I suspect, for the next few days. So there's those showers or longer spells of rain into Cape Town, easing away on Sunday, returning into Tuesday. Further north, it looks as though we'll continue to see that blue sky, the sunshine and heat, not quite as warm across that northwest coast, though, into Casablanca. Now let's take a look at the Middle East. Despite the heat, there is a localised shamal which could bring some lifted dust forming, but temperatures across parts of Iraq and Kuwait into the high 40s, maybe 50 degrees through the course of Friday. That really is getting pretty impressive indeed. And over the next couple of days, it looks as though the extreme heat is going to shift its way into northern Iran. So we'll need to keep a close eye on that as temperatures are likely to increase to 50 degrees plus. That's it. Take care. Hello there. A real roller coaster ride of weather to come over the next 5 days across central parts of South America. We are going to see warmer weather by the weekend and then colder again. Now that weather front has eased away and so temperatures will start to climb, but it's a bit of a disappointing feel to things on Thursday with that northerly wind. We're also seeing some pretty wet and windy weather into central Chile. Now further north, we've got some showers, not as heavy or as extensive as they can be really at this time of year across Colombia and Venezuela. Picking up some showers across western Brazil, improving picture into southern Brazil. A little bit of fair weather cloud remains. Northern Argentina, as I say, a little bit cool, but temperatures will pep up over the weekend. Wet and windy weather. We could see as much as 3 meters plus of snow across the tops of the Andes over the next few days. So this is the story then for the 5-day city forecast. The rain in Buenos Aires easing, sunshine returning. It stays pretty cloudy though in Bogota. Now for Mexico, it's largely fine with a scattering of showers. The same too into Central America, not really too extensive. They do become a little bit heavier and more widespread further south, and there's likely to be a few showers cropping up across the Caribbean. Not too many. They will ease away to lengthy spells of sunshine, and the city forecast shows a good deal of fine weather to look forward to over the next 5 days. Hello there. It's an unsettled spell of weather in Asia over the next few days. We've already seen some pretty intense rainfall this time last week across China. Now, this week, the rain has been through Japan, and you can see one area of cloud easing away from Japan, but despite a brief respite with some showers, there's more wet weather waiting in the wings. So has been some pretty heavy rain. On Friday, it's going to be a showery story, but some of those showers quite intense. And this batch of wet weather moving its way through central China will gradually move towards Japan for the weekend as well. So we're going to see well over a couple of hundred of millimetres of rain at least. Heavy rain across western Thailand, a few sharp showers into Vietnam, more persistent showers, and some of them fairly widespread into the Philippines. So this is our city forecast for the next few days. Beijing seeing some sunshine and some heat building into early half of next week. Now, we've seen some wet weather into Western Australia. Perth has seen in excess of 200 millimetres of rain. Quite unusual. Another weather front waiting in the wings. One moving through the Bight, bringing some windy weather. That will move its way towards Victoria and New South Wales. A quieter spell of weather through New Zealand, though, over the next few days. Dry with some settled sunny weather. Highs of 15 degrees, quite likely. So the city forecast shows there's further rain to come into Perth for the start of the weekend. That eases to more sunshine, though, into next week.